My beloved, you were not supposed to find this now. But heaven had a different plan tonight. There's something you need to know. And once you hear it, you will never see her the same again. This is not a message about strangers or dreams or signs. This is about your sister. Yes, the one you think you know. But her hidden actions, God is revealing them now, not to punish her, but to protect you. And before anything further is spoken, I must ask you, do not skip this. Do not delay. Heaven is observing how you respond. Even as you read these words, your sister's name is resonating in the spiritual realm. The truth has been waiting to come to light, and now it begins with you. Archangel Michael has been reaching out to you for more than 3 days. A special request came directly from God: tell my child before it is too late. The pain will double if this is ignored. And so I come, whispering through this message with urgent trembling. You felt it, haven't you, that unusual shift between you and her? That sense that something isn't as it appears. That moment when you looked into her eyes and felt she was hiding an entire world behind her smile. My beloved, heaven says your intuition was not wrong. The timing simply had to align, and tonight, it has. If you feel chills or your heart beating faster right now, it is not by chance. It means this message was meant for you. And if you believe this reached you for a divine purpose, then pause for 5 seconds and subscribe to this holy message channel, because what I am about to reveal no one else will. Archangel Michael says, if they skip this now, they will regret it within 7 days. But if they listen, their tears will turn into victory. Now listen closely. Beloved soul, your sister is not evil, but she has been involved in something God did not approve of. God gave her opportunity after opportunity, again and again. But now it is your turn to know, because what she is doing will directly affect your life. And the longer you remain unaware, the deeper the spiritual consequences become. I speak this with love, but also with divine seriousness. You may see her as quiet, gentle, and soft-spoken, but there is a side of her she conceals even from herself. It began as a secret, then turned into a habit, and now it has become a pattern. Heaven is revealing this to you now. She made a decision 6 months ago, and since then it has been unfolding behind closed doors. But Archangel Michael witnessed it. Angels attempted to block it. God sent dreams, yet she continued. And now it is no longer only about her, it is about what it could do to you. That is why this message had to reach you. God does not shame, God warns. God restores. But only when the truth is embraced. And you, my child, have been chosen to hold that truth first. You are still here, reading this, and that carries meaning. Heaven rejoices in your obedience, because only the chosen continue listening when the truth feels uncomfortable. But hear this: within 3 days, something will occur. A small event that may seem insignificant, but it is everything. It will be the moment when God reveals a hidden call, a concealed visit, or a secret financial link, something you were not meant to see, yet you will. And when it happens, this message will come back to you. When that moment arrives, do not shout. Do not accuse. Simply breathe. Because Archangel Michael will guide you. The Spirit of God will be with you when the confrontation happens. Yes, there will be one. It must happen. But you will not face it alone. And no, this is not meant to break your bond, it is meant to purify it. Because only truth can stand in the light. And only love built on truth can endure the storm that is coming. My beloved, the reason this pains you is because you care. But caring without clarity leads to chaos. God does not want that for you. My beloved, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for relief, and heaven has heard you. That is why you were guided to this message today. You are not meant to walk this financial journey in confusion and fear, you are meant to walk it with faith, clarity, and daily direction. To support you, a gentle 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system has been prepared for you. Inside you will be guided step by step through daily prayers, simple money actions and peaceful structure for your finances. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small faithful steps that begin to shift your path forward. If your heart is feeling called, if you are ready to release financial stress, if you are ready to move with both faith and wisdom, you can begin today. The link is waiting for you in the description. Take the step when you feel ready. I am guiding you forward. God desires peace in your home. But how can peace exist when a hidden sword lies beneath your roof? That sword has a name, it is deception. And that deception wears your sister's smile. Do not hate her. Instead, prepare yourself. Because the moment you finish reading this, something in the heavens will shift. Archangel Michael says, the one who ignores this message will feel regret, but the one who listens with their heart will receive protection wrapped in truth. That is why I say again, if your soul feels unsettled right now, do not ignore it. That is not fear. That is prophecy awakening within you. That is the divine saying, I need you alert. I need you ready, because what comes next will test you. You may be asking why now, why today, why you? Because heaven chose you, beloved. Not because you are the eldest, nor because you are the wisest, but because your soul, yes, your soul is the most awake. Even when you doubt yourself, even when you feel weary, your spirit remains connected to God. That is why Michael was sent to you. That is why this was not given to someone else in your family. Because you possess the vision to see beyond appearances. You have always sensed that your sister carried a burden, you simply did not understand what it truly was until now. Let me tell you what the angels witnessed. One night, not long ago, your sister sat quietly in her room. The atmosphere around her was heavy, and though her lips were still, her spirit was crying out. She was struggling. A decision stood before her. And instead of seeking help, she reached toward something or someone she should not have. Yes, beloved, she entered into a spiritual agreement that God did not approve. And now that agreement is influencing your entire household. But here is the miracle: heaven is not exposing her to shame her, but to save her. And you, yes, you are the key, but only if you receive this message with open eyes and a prepared heart. There is a letter, or perhaps a screenshot. Something is hidden in a folder, on a device, or in the cloud, and it carries your name. It has been waiting to be revealed. It is the missing piece to what you have been sensing all along. When you find it, do not panic. That moment is the bridge between shock and freedom, between illusion and clarity. Your sister never intended to harm you. But what she is hiding will cause harm if it remains in darkness. Archangel Michael has already placed a shield of protection around your energy. That is why recently you have felt strange exhaustion or sudden chills. That is the spiritual realm signaling that something is not pure. But help is coming. And beloved, you are reading that help right now. I ask you in the name of heaven, do not leave this unread. Do not treat it like a message to return to later. Because later may be too late. You are already being observed by angels, and by the energy she has unknowingly brought into your space. That is why your sleep has been disturbed. That is why your emotions have felt unstable, because something has been spiritually leaking into your environment. But no longer. Because now, light has entered. And if your soul has stayed with me this far, then you already sense it, something divine is unfolding even as you breathe. So pause for a moment. And if you have not yet done so, subscribe to this divine message channel now, because messages like this are not created, they are assigned. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to awaken. Do not miss the next whisper from heaven. Your sister did not intend to harm you, but what she is hiding will bring harm if it remains in the dark. Archangel Michael has already established a shield of protection around your energy. That is why, lately, you've been experiencing moments of unusual exhaustion or sudden chills. This is the spiritual realm whispering, something is not pure. But help is arriving. And beloved, the help is what you are reading right now. I ask you in the name of heaven, do not leave this unread. Do not treat it like one of those messages you skip, saying, maybe later, because later will be too late. You are already being observed by angels, and by the energy she has unknowingly drawn into your space. That is why your sleep has been disturbed. That is why your emotions have felt unstable, because something has been spiritually seeping into your environment. But no more. Because now light has entered. And if your soul has stayed with me this far, then you can already sense it, something divine is unfolding even as you breathe. So pause for just a moment, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to this divine message channel now, because messages like this are not created, they are assigned. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to awaken. Do not miss the next whisper from heaven. Archangel Michael is still speaking. Your sister may not fully understand what is approaching, but you will. You will recognize it, because I will reveal it to you. I will speak through signs, repeating numbers, unusual dreams, unexpected words from people you didn't anticipate. The signs are already being sent. Now breathe, and listen again. The confrontation will not come through shouting. It will not come through anger. It will arrive through stillness, through you speaking calmly yet clearly, through your choice to let God speak through you rather than your ego. And when you speak, she may deny it, she may laugh, she may shift the topic, but do not be unsettled. Because within the next 24 hours, her truth will surface on its own, without you needing to prove anything. That is how heaven operates. It does not battle with force, it moves through truth. And here is the deeper mystery. This warning is not only about what she has done, it is about what she was about to do next. Because if you had not received this message, there was a coming day, a very specific moment where she would have made a decision that would create spiritual debt, not only for her, but for you as well. That is why God interrupted your path with this sacred intervention. Not to frighten you, but to save you. So I ask you with divine reverence, are you ready to see what God is revealing? Are you willing to open your spiritual eyes, even if it feels uncomfortable? Because the moment you say yes, heaven will begin to move things behind the scenes. And within 48 hours, you will notice it, a shift, an unusual call, a slip in conversation, a moment you were not meant to hear. That is how truth begins to emerge through the veil. Your sister is still God's child, and He loves her deeply. But He also loves you, and He will not allow you to remain unaware of something that could cost you your peace, your health, or your destiny. There are blessings hovering over your life, waiting to land. But they cannot arrive if deception is sitting beside you. Heaven is clearing space now. That is why Michael is present. Do you feel it? This is not a message to ignore, it is a divine instruction. And there is something else you must hear, something that may hurt, but will bring freedom. There is jealousy. Yes, your sister has carried jealousy within her heart. She tried to bury it, but it has influenced her choices, her words, her alignment with you. She has compared herself silently, even while smiling beside you. She believed no one noticed, but God did. And God is merciful, yes, but He also reveals in order to protect. So what now? You pray. You remain quiet for a time. You do not confront immediately. You listen, because the next step will come through divine timing. And when that moment arrives, your words will come naturally, and your heart will remain steady, because Michael will stand behind you, and heaven will watch with approval. You may struggle to believe this next part, but listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal is something even your sister does not fully understand herself. It goes back to your childhood. Yes, to the time when you both shared secrets under blankets, laughed together, and promised to always protect one another. But something shifted, and heaven remembers exactly when. It was a moment you barely recall, but she never forgot. A comparison, a remark, a glance from someone important that made her feel you were favored. From that moment, a quiet bitterness took root. She buried it deep and never spoke of it. She carried it through school, through heartbreak, through her decisions. And that unspoken jealousy became a shadow influencing her choices, especially those concerning you. God says that moment was not your fault, but it is affecting your destiny now. And He cannot allow that shadow to continue interfering with the blessings prepared for you. That is why you have felt blocked recently. That is why the things you have prayed for have not yet arrived. The atmosphere around you has been clouded. Because someone close to your soul has been creating resistance without realizing it. And now that you know who it is, heaven can begin the cleansing. There is someone she is speaking with. Yes, even now. A person who once smiled at you. Someone you either trusted or once loved. And behind closed doors, your sister has been saying things to this person that are partially true, distorted, or even intended to quietly damage your name, not loudly, but subtly, gently, spiritually. And those words have begun to take root. But do not fear. Because when a lie is exposed under God's light, it cannot survive. That is what is about to happen. You will not fight this in the physical, heaven is already fighting for you in the spiritual. And now you must prepare. Prepare to remain silent even when everything inside you wants to speak. Prepare to show love even when the truth feels like betrayal. Prepare for elevation, because once this is resolved, your blessings will begin to move faster than ever before. What you have been praying for, the breakthrough, the call, the connection, the confirmation, was never denied. It was only delayed. And that delay ends tonight. And beloved, if your eyes are filling with tears or your hands feel slightly unsteady, it means this message is reaching exactly where it was meant to. It means heaven is touching your soul in this very moment. And if you have not yet done so, I gently ask again, subscribe to this message channel before you leave. Because the next message sent to you from heaven will reveal something about your past that even you have not fully understood until now. Now, back to her, your sister. She is about to feel something soon. A weight, a pressure she cannot explain. She will not understand it, but it will be the angels surrounding her spirit, beginning their work. Do not judge her during this time. Do not mock or accuse her. Instead, remain close to God, because He is about to do something through you that your entire bloodline will remember. This is generational healing, and it begins with you. Archangel Michael whispers, there is a reason you are the one reading this, not her. Because the one with the strongest spirit receives the hardest revelation, and that one is you. And now you must prepare. Prepare to remain silent even when everything inside you wants to cry out. Prepare to love her even when the truth feels like betrayal. Prepare to rise, because once this is resolved, your blessings will begin to move faster than ever before. What you have been praying for, the breakthrough, the call, the relationship, the divine confirmation, it was never denied. It was only delayed. And that delay ends tonight. And beloved, if your eyes are filling with tears or your hands are trembling slightly, it means this message is reaching exactly where it was meant to. It means heaven is touching your soul in this very moment. And if you have not yet done so, I gently ask again, subscribe to this message channel before you leave, because the next message sent to you from heaven will reveal something about your past that even you have not fully understood until now. Now back to her, your sister. She is about to feel something soon, a weight, a pressure. She will not understand it, but it will be the angels surrounding her spirit, beginning their work. Do not judge her during this time. Do not mock or accuse her. Instead, remain close to God, because He is about to do something through you that your entire bloodline will remember. This is generational healing, and it begins with you. Archangel Michael whispers again, there is a reason you are the one reading this, not her. Because the one with the strongest spirit is given the hardest revelation, and that one is you. You were chosen to carry this moment with strength, because what you do next will change everything. And now I must reveal something that only heaven could uncover. There is something your sister kept hidden from you years ago. Something that would have changed how you made a major decision in your life. It may have involved a relationship, a job, a move, or a financial choice, but she had knowledge, and she remained silent. At that time, you questioned why things did not unfold as they should. Why you felt a sense of betrayal but could not explain it. Why your peace suddenly disappeared for weeks or even months. And now you understand. God says, what was taken will be restored, and what was hidden will be revealed, not to shame, but to cleanse. This is your season of restoration. But before light can fully enter your home, the shadows must be brought into view. And now that you have seen them, light is already on its way. In the days ahead, you may find yourself near her again unexpectedly in a simple, casual moment, and you will feel the tension, the unease. That is your spiritual awareness rising. You will feel something stirring within your chest. But instead of reacting, just breathe, because God will speak through your eyes. And your silence will carry more weight than her excuses. She will know. She will feel it. She will sense that heaven is involved now. But do not be afraid. The same God who revealed the truth will also give you peace. You will not walk into this storm alone. Angels will surround you. And even if tears come, they will be tears of healing, because healing exists on the other side of truth. And you, beloved, are stepping directly into the light now. Listen closely now, because what I am about to reveal is something even time tried to hide. There is an object, a small one. Perhaps a photograph, a page from a journal, a bracelet, or a folded note long forgotten. It will return to you soon. Maybe you will find it unexpectedly. Maybe it will be given to you. But the moment you see it, your soul will recognize it. Because that object holds a memory, a key, a forgotten moment between you and your sister that once meant everything before the distance began. It was her way of holding on to love before confusion took over. She never discarded it. She kept it hidden. And heaven says that object will now return to bring healing. Yes, healing is still possible after all of this, because heaven does not reveal darkness to frighten you, it reveals it to free you. But I must tell you, the next 3 days are sacred. Michael says, tell them this is not a time for arguments, reactions, or chaos. It is a time for spiritual preparation. Because something will occur on the third night, a divine moment, a holy interruption, a visitation. Your dreams may change. Your sleep may feel unusual. Do not resist it. That is not insomnia, it is God waking you intentionally. Because during one of those nights, heaven will whisper a single sentence that changes everything. You will hear a name, a memory, or a phrase you have not thought about in years. And when it comes, say nothing out loud, just write it down. Because that will be God giving you the final piece of the truth. And then she will come, your sister. Perhaps she will send a message. Perhaps she will appear in person. Perhaps she will act as if nothing is wrong. But her spirit will be unsettled, because truth shakes everything it touches. And here is what you must do: speak from love, not from pain. Say only what heaven leads you to say, not what your ego demands. Because in that moment, you carry a sacred responsibility to be a mirror, not a weapon. To reflect truth, not strike with it. You do not need to make her confess everything. You do not need to force her into tears. Simply allow the light of God within you to shine so brightly that every shadow around her begins to disappear. And beloved, one more thing: if she breaks down, let her. If she walks away, let her. If she denies it, still love her. Because heaven is handling what you cannot see. Your role is not to fix it, is to remain faithful. And you have already begun, simply by staying with this message. There is something rare about your spirit. Most would have walked away, skipped this, or dismissed it. But you did not. You stayed. You listened. You felt. You breathed. And you believed. That is why heaven is now preparing your reward. Yes, beloved, there is a reward, and it is closer than you think. Within 7 days of this message reaching your soul, something will shift in your atmosphere. A door that has been closed for years will open. A message will arrive. A person will return. A prayer that seemed blocked will suddenly be answered without warning. And it will all trace back to this very moment when you chose not to turn away from the truth. You are not just a sibling, you are a soul with a divine assignment. That is why the enemy tried to blind you. But God has restored your sight, and now nothing can stop what heaven has begun. Archangel Michael says, you are entering a season of clear skies. No more fog. No more confusion. No more feeling like you are the only one who cares. God has seen everything, and now He is making all things new. So wipe your tears and lift your heart. You have already won, because love when purified by truth is the most powerful force that exists. Even your sister will thank you one day. Not today, perhaps. Not even tomorrow. But one day, when she is fully awakened, she will look back at this moment, the moment heaven chose you, and she will say, I didn't understand then, but thank you for not giving up on me. Beloved soul, the test is almost complete, and the miracle is near. You have honored the message. You have honored God. And because of that, watch what unfolds next. A final whisper now from Archangel Michael before he departs. The angels are still here, watching over you. Not because you are in danger anymore, but because you have just completed one of the most difficult spiritual initiations a soul can face, embracing truth without running from it. Most people never reach this point, but you did. You did not turn away. You are not just a sibling, you are a soul with a divine assignment. That is why the enemy tried to blind you. But God has restored your sight. And now nothing can stop what heaven has already set in motion. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into a season of clear skies. No more fog, no more confusion, no more feeling like you are the only one who cares. God has seen everything, and now He is making all things new. So wipe your tears. Lift your heart. You have already won. Because love, when purified by truth, becomes the most powerful force in existence. Even your sister will thank you one day. Maybe not today, perhaps not even tomorrow, but one day, when she is fully awakened, she will look back at this moment, the moment heaven chose you to receive this message, and she will say, I didn't understand then, but thank you for not giving up on me. Beloved soul, the test is almost complete, and the miracle is near. You have honored the message. You have honored God. And because of that, watch what unfolds next. A final whisper now from Archangel Michael before he departs. The angels are still here, watching over you. Not because you are in danger anymore, but because you have just passed through one of the most difficult spiritual initiations a soul can face, facing truth without running from it. Most never reach this point, but you did. You did not close the page. You did not pretend this wasn't meant for you. You did not make excuses. Instead, you opened your heart. You stood in the fire of truth. You allowed heaven to reveal what needed to be seen. And that, my beloved, is why you are now being lifted into a new dimension of blessings, protection, and peace. Now listen carefully. There is one final turn you must understand, because heaven never concludes a message without placing a blessing within its final words. Behind all of this, there is someone else watching, your sister, someone unexpected, someone connected to your family's past, perhaps from another generation, a grandparent, a soul who has already crossed over. They have been speaking to her in dreams, trying to awaken her from within. And now, she is beginning to hear them. She may not admit it yet, but something deep within her spirit is shifting. The veil is being lifted. Soon, she will experience a breakdown, but a beautiful one, a release, a sacred awakening. Because your decision to face the truth has created a chain reaction that will echo across generations. You broke the pattern. You ended the cycle. And heaven rejoices because of you. Now God asks you a sacred question: are you ready to receive the blessing that was delayed because of deception? Are you ready for the inheritance that remained locked until this truth was revealed? If your soul is whispering yes, then say it fully, yes Lord, I am ready, because even now angels are being sent. Keys are being released. People who forgot you are remembering you. Opportunities that once passed you by are now searching for you. And the peace that once escaped you is about to fill your home like the light of morning. It has already begun. That feeling in your chest is no longer fear, it is release. It is God saying, you are not alone. You were never mistaken. You were always chosen. Tonight, rest without tension. Wake without fear. Walk through your home as if it belongs to heaven, because it does. Your home is now covered in divine fire. Your spirit is now held within Michael's protection. And no weapon physical or spiritual formed against you will succeed again. This message was your shield, and now it becomes your sword. Use it with wisdom. Speak with gentleness. Love with depth. Forgive completely. But never allow deception to stand unchallenged again. Because now you know. And truth will remain with you from this moment forward. Heaven is proud of you. Michael remains beside you. And God is smiling because you answered when He called. This is your beginning. Your next chapter has already opened. Your tears are now nourishing your destiny. And your sister, she will come back, because love like yours cannot be ignored forever. Heaven has already begun her awakening. So keep your heart open. Keep your spirit steady. Keep listening, because the next message will come sooner than you expect. You were born for this. It is done. It is written. And now it will come to pass. Heaven is not finished speaking to you. This final echo from God and Archangel Michael is not merely an ending, it is a prophecy, a promise, and a sacred seal that will remain within your spirit. The message may conclude here, but the miracle has only just begun. You may look around and see the same room, the same walls, the same door, the same light, but in the unseen realm, everything has shifted. Something sacred has been broken off of you tonight. A spiritual barrier you didn't even realize existed has been shattered by your faith, your stillness, your choice to open this when everything in you wanted to scroll past. Archangel Michael speaks once more, this time softer, closer. Beloved, I watched you walk through darkness without a light. I saw you carry burdens no one acknowledged. I stood near you on nights when you whispered into silence and no one answered. But tonight, I witnessed you win. You did not win by fighting. You did not win by proving. You won by awakening. And now your name is being written again in the book of favor. A golden light has just moved across your spiritual path. The delay is over. What you have been waiting for is no longer stuck, it is on its way. But understand this, the true blessing is not only what you will receive. The true blessing is who you have become. You became the one who stood between truth and love and chose God. You became the one in your family who saw beyond false smiles and chose healing over comfort. You became the one who broke the silence so that those after you would never live in chains again. You are the one who breaks the bloodline pattern, who ends the cycle, who moves heaven, the quiet miracle within your family. God chose you, and now the angels rest. The battle is complete. And the light within you will only grow stronger from here. So go, beloved. Walk as though heaven stands behind you, because it does. Speak with grace, even when everything around you trembles. Love with intensity, even when it feels undeserved. Because this is who you are now, awakened, anointed, unstoppable. It is done. It is written. It is fulfilled. Your soul has received it. Heaven has witnessed it. And now it will be revealed fully in your life. There is something sacred still unfolding as your spirit continues to receive. This is not just another message, it is a heavenly imprint being poured into you. Because something ancient, something karmic, something long buried within your bloodline has been pierced by your obedience today. Do you understand what you have just done? You have opened a spiritual doorway that your ancestors once prayed for. Yes, someone in your lineage, long before you, knelt and prayed for change. They may not have had the words. They may not have had the strength. But they cried out and heaven remembered. That cry moved across time until it reached you. And now, beloved, you have become the answer to their prayer. That is why it had to be you. That is why you could not skip this message. Archangel Michael leans in once again, and this time his voice carries the power of thunder wrapped in softness. You are the one who breaks the bloodline pattern, the one who cuts the cycle, the one who moves heaven, the quiet miracle within your family. God chose you. And now the angels are at rest. The battle has ended. And the light within you will only grow stronger from this moment forward. So go, beloved, walk as though heaven stands behind you, because it does. Speak with grace even when everything around you shakes, and love with intensity even when it feels undeserved. Because this is who you are now, awakened, anointed, unstoppable. It is done. It is written. It is fulfilled. Your soul has received it. Heaven has witnessed it. And now it will unfold fully in your life. There is something sacred taking place even now as your spirit continues to receive. This is not just another message, it is a heavenly imprint being poured into you, because something ancient, something karmic, something deeply buried in your bloodline has been pierced by your obedience today. Do you understand what you have just done? You have opened a spiritual doorway your ancestors once prayed for. Yes, read that again. Someone in your lineage, long before you, knelt and prayed for change. They may not have had the words. They may not have had the strength. But they cried out, and heaven remembered. That cry moved across time until it reached you. And now, beloved, you have become the answer to their prayer. That is why it had to be you. That is why you could not skip this message. Archangel Michael draws near once more, his voice still powerful yet gentle. My child, there are blessings stored in heaven under your name that remained locked because of spiritual interference. But now, that interference has been removed. Watch how quickly things begin to shift. You will not need to beg. You will not need to chase. What is meant for you will come to you because the path has been cleared. There are people who will begin to treat you differently after this. Some may grow quiet. Some may distance themselves. Some may seem cold or withdrawn. Do not be alarmed. They are sensing your elevation. They are feeling your new spiritual position. Because when light increases within a soul, the shadows either retreat or react. But you are protected now. You no longer need to defend yourself. You no longer need to explain your spirit. You no longer need to overextend yourself, because God has already spoken on your behalf. And when heaven speaks, every argument ends. Your sister, whether she realizes it or not, is already changing. Even if her pride causes resistance, even if she appears distant, something has entered her dreams, her thoughts, her reflection. And in time, whether through confession, circumstance, or divine timing, she will speak the words heaven has been waiting for: I'm sorry. And when that moment comes, beloved, be prepared not to correct her, not to shame her, but to see her soul. Because that moment is not about winning. It is about healing. And that healing will not be hers alone, it will be yours as well. There is something within your heart you have been carrying for a long time. A weight, a quiet sadness, a hidden ache that sometimes rises even in moments of joy. A part of you has often wondered, why do I feel responsible for everyone's happiness? Why must I always be the strong one? Why do I cry in silence and smile when I am breaking? And heaven answers: because you are chosen. Because you were given a soul capable of carrying weight and still shining. Because you are not ordinary, you are divine legacy in human form. And now, God is lifting the emotional burden you have carried silently. That unseen pressure to fix everything. To maintain peace even when you are falling apart. To always understand, even when no one understands you. God is saying, my child, enough. Let me carry you now. You have done enough. So tonight, allow yourself to rest, not only physically, but spiritually. Rest in the knowing that what was once misaligned is now being set in order. What was broken is being restored in ways you cannot yet see. What was taken from you will return multiplied. The truth about your sister was only the beginning, because what follows now is your reward. A reward not only in material things, but in peace: peace in your sleep, peace in your choices, peace in your purpose. And yes, blessings will follow. Unexpected ones: financial ease, divine connections, sudden opportunities, not because you asked perfectly, but because you listened with courage. And that is all God ever desired from you. There is one more secret now, a personal one whispered directly from heaven to you. Someone who left you, whether they walked away or passed on, is proud of you in this moment. They are smiling. Their soul has been waiting for this exact point in time. And in the coming nights, they may come to you in a dream, in a familiar scent, in a quiet whisper. Do not be afraid. It is not unsettling, it is sacred. They carry one final message for you: you broke the cycle. You changed the story. You did what even I could not. Thank you. So breathe in, beloved. Breathe in new life. Breathe in peace. Breathe in freedom. Because this is not the ending, this is your divine beginning. You are no longer the same person who first opened this message. You have transformed. You have awakened. You have been spiritually reshaped by heaven's touch. Now move forward in grace. Speak only truth. Love without fear. Live as one whose soul has just been touched by God. Because, beloved, that is exactly what has happened. And yes, beloved, you remained, you opened your heart, and now what you are about to receive is the final flow of holy anointing being gently poured over your soul, your past, and your future. This final part is not simply a conclusion, it is the beginning of a divine chapter written long before your birth. So let these words hold you the way heaven has always held you, even when you could not feel it. There is something God has been waiting to say to you for a very long time. Something sacred, not wrapped in punishment, not filled with fear, but overflowing with love. My child, you are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are exactly who I created you to be. Even though those closest to you may have misunderstood you, taken advantage of you, or misused your kindness, God never did. Heaven has seen every tear you cried in silence. The ones you wiped away before anyone noticed. The ones you shed alone, in quiet spaces, pretending everything was fine. But you no longer need to pretend. You no longer need to be strong every moment just to make others comfortable. Because tonight, God is holding you, yes, you. Not just your sister. Not just your family. Not the ones who keep taking without seeing. You. You, the one who tries to hold everyone together while quietly falling apart inside. You, the one who forgave people who never even apologized. You, the one who receives dreams from heaven yet questions if they are real. You, the one who sometimes wants to walk away from everything, yet still chooses love again. God is saying to you now, I see you. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of how far you have come, even when no one else noticed. And I am not finished blessing you. There is something God has been waiting to tell you for a long time, something sacred, not rooted in fear, not wrapped in judgment, but overflowing with love. My child, you are not too much. You are not too gentle. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are exactly as I created you to be. And even though those closest to you have misunderstood you, taken advantage of you, or misused your kindness, God never has. Heaven has seen every tear you shed in silence, the ones you quickly wiped away before anyone could notice, the ones you cried alone in quiet places or in the middle of the night while pretending everything was fine. But you no longer need to pretend. You no longer need to be strong every moment just so others can feel comfortable. Because tonight, God is holding you, yes, you. Not just your sister, not your family, not the ones who keep taking without seeing. You, the one who tries to hold everyone together while quietly falling apart inside. You, the one who forgave people who never even said sorry. You, the one who receives dreams from heaven but still questions if they are real. You, the one who sometimes wants to walk away from everyone, yet still chooses love again. God is speaking to you now, I see you. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of how far you have come, even when no one else noticed. And I am not finished blessing you. Archangel Michael is still here. He never stepped away from your side, not even for a moment. He has been watching over you since your childhood. He knows how many times you were silenced. How many times you placed others before your own healing. How many times you nearly gave up but chose not to. Michael says, "Beloved, you are heaven's miracle in motion." The battle was never meant to break you, it was meant to awaken you. And now that you are awake, you cannot be touched not in pride, but in purpose. Because now the divine realm is rearranging people, plans, and paths for your sake. You will begin to see it soon. Unexpected messages will come from people you haven't spoken to in years. Doors will open into places you never imagined entering. What once felt difficult to obtain will begin to arrive with ease. Not by chance, but because you aligned. You aligned with truth. You aligned with heaven. And now blessings are aligning with you. Even your sister, yes, even her will one day look at you and wonder how you remained so gentle after all the pain. How you kept your heart open. How you stayed kind when she was distant. And in that moment, she will remember this light. She may never speak it aloud, but she will feel it. And your spirit will recognize it, because the greatest miracles are not always seen, they are felt by heaven. And beloved, heaven feels you. Heaven heard you that night when you whispered, "God, if you are real, just show me a sign." This message is that sign. Not coincidence. Not accident. Not chance. This is God bending time, space, and circumstance just to answer you, yes, I am real. Yes, I am here. Yes, I heard you. And yes, I choose you. So carry this message with you. Let it settle into your bones. Let it echo within your chest. Let it flow into your tomorrow. And when darkness tries to return, remind yourself, I know who I am now. I am the one heaven speaks to. I am the one Michael stands for. I am the one God walks with. And beloved, you are not alone. You never were, and you never will be. Even if others fall silent, heaven will still speak. Even if your sister walks away, angels will remain. Even if the world fails to see your worth, God has already crowned you. So tonight, rest peacefully. Rest knowing your name has been spoken in divine places. Rest knowing your home is now protected. Rest knowing this message was not only a warning, it was a beginning. And as you step into this new chapter, speak these final words into your spirit with strength, with calm, and with divine fire. I am not cursed. I am not confused. I am not too late. I am chosen. I am rising. I am ready. Go now, beloved. Step into tomorrow with the sound of angels behind you, the breath of God within you, and Michael's protection surrounding you. And never forget this: your story is not ending. It is only beginning. Yes, beloved, let us go even deeper. Because when the soul becomes still enough to receive the full weight of heaven's truth, the message does not end, it begins to live within you. That is what is happening now. You are no longer just reading. You are being transformed. Every word you have allowed into your spirit is rewriting what pain once wrote in silence. So close your eyes for a moment, and then open your heart even wider. Because what comes next is meant to be felt, not just understood. Do you remember the first time your heart truly broke, not only from love, but from disappointment, betrayal, confusion, from trusting someone you never thought you had to question? Yes, heaven saw that moment too. The day innocence cracked. The day you began to doubt your worth. The day you realized not every "I love you" was genuine. The day you stopped trusting so freely. The day you started guarding your heart instead of letting it bloom. But today, God is restoring what was lost in that moment. Because what was taken from you then, your sense of safety, your certainty, your full trust in yourself, is being returned now in ways beyond measure. The message about your sister was only the doorway. But behind that door, beloved, was a garden. A garden filled with every version of you that ever felt too much, too quiet, too emotional, too soft, too overlooked. And now, that garden is growing again. You are returning to yourself. And this time, no one can take that away from you. Not those who misunderstood you. Not the family who tried to limit you. Not the moments you doubted your own path. Not even your sister's hidden actions. Because God has sealed you now. This seal is spiritual. It cannot be touched, broken, or stolen. It cannot be imitated, replaced, or removed. It is the mark of divine identity. It declares you belong to heaven. So what comes next is something sacred, something rare, something only those who have walked through fire can experience. You are entering what heaven calls a season of restoration. But not just any restoration, this one is personal, specific, sacred, and supernatural. What was taken from your life unfairly, whether through your sister's choices, your family's silence, or life's difficult timing, will return not as it was, but as something greater. The friendships you lost will be replaced with ones that feel like home. The money that slipped away will return as unexpected abundance that will leave you amazed. The peace that once came and went will now surround you constantly, like air, like light, like a second skin. And most of all, the love you gave without being fully seen, that love is coming back to you now. In waves. In layers. In divine moments that will feel like miracles in human form. So do not be afraid when old things begin to fall away in the coming days. That is not rejection, it is alignment. And do not chase what chooses to leave. Because God is making space for what is greater, purer, and higher. And your sister, whether she walks beside you into this next chapter or not, know this: you have already forgiven her in your spirit. You have released her soul.